Hi, this is Ashley Victoria Robinson, your video host and producer here in the Popverse, a virtual realm created by ReedPop, where we are celebrating the very best in TV, movies, and comics each and every single day. We are coming to you from an exclusive, never-before-seen section of the Popverse because what? New York Comic Con is upon us. It is starting in just a couple of days, and we are so excited. If you've been around here for a while, you've heard me say before, one of my favorite parts of each and every single show that we put on for Popverse is writer's block. And at New York Comic Con, we have the incredible writer and creator of the Legacy of Orisha, Tomi Adeyemi, joining us today. Tomi is so amazing. The books are so great. Zaylee is so cool. I just want to be a burner. I think it is so neat. And so we want to take this opportunity to celebrate writer's block and to celebrate Tomi and to celebrate the conclusion of this trilogy. So please put your hands together in the traditional Popverse Theater Kid round of applause to welcome Tomi Adeyemi to share what she is looking most forward to at New York Comic Con.
Okay, so my first question is very deep, very important, very journalistic. The internet told me that you're into astrology. Will you tell me what your big three are?
Yes. This is honestly the most important thing.
Mhm.
I'm a Leo sun. Stop. Are you a Leo sun?
I'm an Aries sun, so we're like cousins.
Okay. I love Aries. Whenever I meet like a confident bad bitch, I'm like, are you an Aries? And she's
Yes.
like, no. Like, but I would like that's what you're giving me. Leo sun, Aquarius moon, Scorpio rising.
Ooh, that's so funny. All of that makes complete sense now
Really?
that
Tell me why.
Yes, I mean, well, the Aquarius moon is like very like dreamy and creative and introspective, and then like Scorpio rising, I'm like, well, that's Zaylee all over. Like that's where she comes from. She's like attacking with precision and all that Reaper energy.
Yes.
So as two fire signs, does that mean that we're automatically burners? Like, let's get right into the mythology of it all.
It's funny because they asked me to do the astrology of my characters, like my public. I was like, well, Zaylee's in Aries because she's fighting everyone.
Obviously, yes.
That you say, it's like, oh, that's definitely the Scorpio, because the interesting thing about where I am in my journey as a human and a writer is that everything is always shifting. So, when I went through a period of my life where I was really understanding what it meant to be a Scorpio rising and coming to terms with the fact that like that intensity is a part of me, deeply a part of me, that deep rage is a part of me. And I was like, oh, well, maybe it was hidden and I never put it out. And I was like, oh, look at Zaylee. So I was like, oh, even because I always, whenever I'm trying to describe astrology to people who aren't familiar, I'm like, think of like Russian dolls, like the big doll and
that's so good,
and the little doll. So I was like, so your big doll. I was like, my big doll's a Leo sun. That's what you see. I was like, inner world, my middle doll, I was like, that's the Aquarius moon. I was like, that little doll inside, that's the Scorpio rising. So even when I felt like my Scorpio rising wasn't showing itself, that I wasn't even aware of it, it's like it was fully there with Zaylee, and writing is the subconscious. And so I find it fascinating. I had the funniest conversation with someone. It was a father last night. He was like, oh yeah, he's like, I don't really know about it, but like my sister found out my daughter was like a triple like water sign, and I was like, what? Of like like that's the exact answer she had. And then I like pulled him in a corner and I was like, okay, so she's gonna need I won't tell you what to do, but if this was my daughter, this is right, I should go give her a hug. I was like, all the time. So it's just like I find it fascinating. I love it. I love discovering it. I love talking about it with my readers. So I'm already really happy that this was
where we started. But now that I'm seeing it, I'm like, but Anon also gives like mad Scorpio energy as well.
Actually, yes, he gives more Scorpio sun.
Yes, definitely.
I think I am a Scorpio though. I think I gave a non-Scorpio. I gave Zaylee Aries. I gave Zane Cancer.
But he's not a
And
crybaby Cancer. That's so fascinating. He's sort of the stronger traits of a Cancer.
for me, I feel like the astrology signs are I see big differences when it comes to the genders. So like a Cancer sun, like female, to me is so different than a Cancer sun male. And with a Cancer sun male, what I usually see is they have like the emotional intelligence and space of the sea.
Oh, that is so beautiful. That's so
love
beautiful.
Love them. I meet a Cancer sun male, I was like, I adore you. And they also carry, like they're carrying so much for everything else. So it's like, then they have their tears and they really have the space for someone to hold the sea. It's hard to hold the sea. Love you, Cancer sons.
Yeah, if you're a male Cancer sun, reply in the comments or get on social media for some love. Okay, but before we get too deep down this very specific Venn diagram, because we are here to talk about New York Comic Con and your appearance there. Let's do a little transition. Do you like it when people come up to you at conventions and ask you about your love of astrology?
I personally, so I'm always trying to be careful because I understand that like life is going to keep changing and getting how do I everyone kind of keeps warning me. You know, like I'll sit down with people and they'll be like, yo, like this person I worked with was dating a member of Twilight, like when that was happening, and she said it was completely insane. And so everyone kind of keeps like trying to warn me. And I'm like, I don't want to say something. I mean, I guess I don't mind being wrong. Yeah, I don't mind being I personally like my people. Like my people, I was like, my readers are hot. They are beautiful hearts. Like they're funny. We have fun. So I'm gonna leave it there. I'm like, I don't know. I think we're gonna have fun.
Well, because you're beloved on Book Talk and BookTube and Bookstagram. Like, we love you out here in these internet streets. Do you have the same experience when you go to an event like New York Comic Con and you're meeting people in the 3D space?
I have the best time. Like, that's why I'm just, you know, people are worried. I was like, I don't know. I feel good. I was like, I feel good. I was like, I love my Terminators. I love my people. I love my Scorpios. I love my witches. I love my people. This journey has brought me in contact with incredible people. So I don't really look at the fact that like, hey, your profile's rising and it's changing. I'm like, my people have always approached me with respect and love. So yeah, you know, because I'm on TikTok. I see the analysis, the things, the this, and I'm like, well, my people are nice to me. So I don't know. If it changes, I'll talk to you next Comic-Con and I'll be like, oh no. But for now, I'm like, yes, I do love it because they're sweet. They're sweet and respectful.
I mean, nothing would be funnier, but also more tragic than if we do this again next year and you're like, girl, they monsters now. Like, I can't.
It'll be like a Vanity Fair interview like 1 year later. And I'm like, okay, never, like I'm in shades. There's like, it's like a black.
You're like, I spoke this into the universe. I'm so sorry.
But I'm like, but no, I think it's like, I love my people and I just want to like rave. I want to take over like the top floor of a Barnes and Noble and just like.
Oh my gosh, that's what we do either when the next book comes out or when the film comes out.
Yeah, I just want to do it right. I'm playing Dance with Somebody in my head and Silk, and I want to get ice cream. And so yeah, I think I have like Scholastic Book Fair energy, you know, and
we all need it. We all need it.
Clifford the Big Red Dog, Zaylee, me. Like
I just imagine Zaylee trying to like mount Clifford to be like, we gotta go, we got things to do.
You know, so I'm more like, what do I need liability insurance? Is that noble? Because like that's how I feel. I think it's gonna be a party, and I think we should party really hard.
I agree. I absolutely agree. Okay, Children of Anguish and Anarchy.
Yes.
High key, probably my favorite title. Came out in June this year, so congrats. Congrats on wrapping up such a good trilogy. And
Thank you.
for those who live under a rock or who maybe have been holding out on reading the book because they want to come and meet you and get you to sign it before they start it, can you describe the books in the book in 3 words or less?
Yes. Brutal.
Yes.
West African fantasy.
Yes, we love.
A little bit. I hyphenate.
Yeah. It's a hashtag.
Thank you.
You are kind of known and credited with like reinventing modern fantasy and bringing in a mythology that a lot of the Tolkien followers maybe weren't necessarily as familiar with. So what inspired you to bring the world of Orisha to all of us readers?
When I started this journey, I used to say I discovered the Orisha.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm like, no. Like, as magical as the scroll that Zélie finds in book 1, that was my encounter with the Orisha. It was truly this meeting and this, and the ripples of that, the explosion, the magical big bang of that universe that started in a gift shop in Brazil and now, first rippled through me and then rippled through like a pitch wars, an online writing competition, and then agents and publishers, and then through Fox and Disney and now Paramount and like Brazil. It's in 33 countries. We've sold, I'm going to say me and the Orisha have sold 2 million books worldwide. And like, now I'm seeing renderings of the world of Orisha, like 3D renderings from the crew of the movie. There's location scouting. I'm seeing, we have Academy Award-winning production designers like creating Lagos, creating Ilorin, like an iconic costume designer. So I've seen like Princess Amari's first look. Like, it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. And everything I've experienced from like writing the script, writing new sides, working with Gina, who's incredible, has been, Gina Prince Bythewood, the director of this movie, also known for The Woman King, Love and Basketball, The Old Guard. Like, she has been telling stories about girls like Zélie for 30 years. So work with her, to write with her, collaborate with her, learn from her. It's been, honestly, we kind of have our own Zélie and Amar, but only the sister part, not the like I'm not so annoyed. Yeah. I'm like the part where they're like braiding hair, because like Gina's very like, she's calm. I tell her, I was like, you're the general of Bossing Say. Like, she moves, she is steady with time. And then I'm being like, body roll, Gina, body roll.
See, this is how I know that you and I must like the same things and cover the same, because you said Love and Basketball, and I was like, yes, Love and Basketball doesn't get the respect it deserves in the film canon, but like, yes, Love and Basketball.
Yes, it's just, it's divine. Even the meeting of her and this film is divine. So it's just, when you ask like, what made you want to do this? It wasn't even a choice. Like, I am still living in the experience of a very powerful, fated, magical encounter. When was that? Summer of 2015. So it'll almost be 10 years. Like, a decade after this moment, I'll be on set. I'll be watching it. I'll be doing a cameo.
I was gonna say, will there be a cameo?
There's a cameo.
I'm hoping. I'm low-key hoping that you are either an Orisha goddess somewhere in a background of a myth, maybe magical moment that we get. That's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah, I'm like, the movie is so dramatic. So I was like, because I always pictured a cameo, I'll be like, oh yeah, like you'll do a little Stan Lee thing, and I was like, no, you're in a really dramatic scene, And so I want to do my part. I want to eat, and then I want to like wink at the camera.
Look right into the camera and be like, bye.
Hi, Mom. Back to the epic movie.
Exactly. Okay, as we're winding down, but we are winding up for New York Comic Con, I know a lot of people are going to be coming to you as creatives, as people who are hoping to put books of their own out into the world. So I would love to know the question you're going to be asked all week long. What is your best advice to aspiring creatives?
The This has been new for me. This has been the new thing I keep telling all writers. I take them through a meditation, and it's like, I don't know if we have time to do the meditation, but it's like I have them close their eyes. I have them picture themselves in a grassy knoll. I have them see a mountain. I call it the journey. And I have them see the winding trail, and it's covered, with mist. They can't see all the way to the top, but they see it. And I'm like, basically, choose your armor, choose your weapon. I did this, and she's like, I have sparkly Louboutins. And I was like, yes. Green shoulder pads. Someone's like, I have a battle axe. I was like, choose your weapon and understand you're on a journey and no one can take it away from you. So it's not about a query rejection. A literary agent cannot give you your journey. A publishing house cannot give you your journey. An editor, a reviewer, a consumer, a Goodreads review, a TikToker, a bestsellers list. No one can give you your journey because you were born to tell stories. I was telling stories for 15 years. People have only been reading my stories for 15 years before anyone was reading my stories. So now I've been telling stories for, I guess, 23 years. But I was like, that's still almost double the time of me on my journey. That journey was just as real, just as important, just as sacred. So I think it's easy to get caught up in the external and chasing the external and having this feeling of someone can give me my dream and my journey. No, you're on it, and believe it, really believe it. I went from attending author events in Barnes and Noble in the Grove in LA to
the Grove
events with the director of my movie at the Barnes and Noble in the Grove. So when I'm talking to my readers at events, I was like, do not see a separation. And there's some readers I meet and I can tell we're going to be on panels together. So I feel like if writers can give themselves the gift of understanding they're on the journey, they can take away so much of the anxiety and all of the stress and all of the kind of self-critical thoughts that writers are extra prone to having, and enjoy the journey and dream big and specifically and know that it's real.
I mean, I don't know if we can end on a better pearl of wisdom than that. New York Comic Con, when this video comes out, is happening in 2 days. You're going to be at Writer's Block. You're going to have a ton of panels. But before I let you go, will you let everybody know where they can follow you online and where they can become Tominators themselves?
Yes. Okay. So if you want to become a Tominator, the best place to go is Instagram. I am at Tomi Adeyemi, so just my name. And then my broadcast channel is called The Tominators, and they get lots of love. They get a lot of messages. Sometimes we do group wishes. It's really fun. And then the other great place to follow me is TikTok, which is also at Tomi Adeyemi. And yeah, that one's more fun. That one's, because Instagram could be curious, but the places my readers connect with me are in my Tominators group on Instagram and then on TikTok.
Tomi Adeyemi, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you, Ashley.
Thank you so much, Tomi, for joining us. I cannot wait to be in New York City with you and with you, dear viewers, dear listeners, dear everybody watching this video right now. Don't forget, if you're there and you see Tomi or you see me or you see Graham or you see anybody else from Popverse, please say hi. Let them know that you saw this video. Let them know that you are excited to celebrate Popverse at New York Comic Con, as excited as we are to be there. For more information on New York Comic Con, what we're getting up to, how you can watch if you're not going to be in New York City, what exclusive merch is going to be there, what panels and celebs are going to be there, visit thepopverse.com, where we are celebrating the best in TV, movies, and comics. It's your #1 source for all things NYCC. I literally don't know why you would go to anywhere else. I'm going to be there. I hope to see you there. Thank you so much for watching. I have been Ashley Victoria Robinson, and I will see you next time.